Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. It's good to see those who are out here. Welcome to another podcast episode, live episode on YouTube. I am your host, Brett, with Anvil Music and Media. We are starting off the week, man. This is a Tuesday. So excited to be here today. This is going to be a great week. I'm looking forward to all the talks, all the things, all the tech news, and we're just going to get right into the video. Daniel is in the chat. Hey Daniel, how are you doing today, man? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining today. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope everybody had a good weekend, for that matter. My weekend was a little busy, so I am starting to wrap my head around the week, even though it's Tuesday. Should already be sort of in the swing of things, but I'm excited. I'm glad to be here. Thank you all for joining. Those who have joined the channel and who are on today. Um, Today, we're going to just get into some tech news. I'm sort of in the middle of a few projects, but as we all know, this channel is about tech news, the future, AI. Um, we've got DeepSeek. There's just so much to talk about um, in this week specifically. I'm going to get into a little bit of Apple news. I normally try to have a segment of Apple news each week that I come on. So we are, yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. Daniel says things are good. I got my root canal finished this morning. Hope you and the family are well. Wow, that's quite the turn of events, Daniel. The root canal, man. Wow, that's kind of tough. But hope the family's good here. Appreciate you asking. Good luck on your recovery. Root canals are not fun. I think I had one. I said I think I had one. Yeah, you don't think you have a root canal. You either have one or you don't, right? I had one probably 2 years ago. So shout out to you for that. But yeah, and I want to kind of introduce those who are here, those who be new. Feel free to come in and say hello. Leave a comment in the channel because we are steadily growing. This community is a community of we have so many people who represent this channel. We have computer uh, geeks, developers, software engineers. Um, we have a whole it's a very diverse group, but sort of excited to share today. Um, I started this channel maybe about 4 or 5 years ago in hopes to really add value to the space, the YouTube space, um, as a result of all the equipment that I've obtained over the years. Sometimes it's really hard to or it's hard to sometimes research or know what exactly you need in terms of equipment if you're trying to get into video editing or music production. um, and even for me today, I get a lot of help. A lot of people, um, Daniel, for one reason, is a is very helpful in talking to me and showing me some of the new products that are out there. That's pretty much what this channel is about. Um, this channel is a service to you. I started live videos probably about 8 to 9 months ago, so we're probably nearing about a year of me coming on live. I've talked to so many individuals. We've got so much love from around the world, from India to Australia to the UK. Yeah, it's just been a great time. Daniel says you give me too much credit. You're a great host and very knowledgeable. Oh, thanks, Daniel. I appreciate it. I appreciate that very much, man. So, and that's what it's about. Like we, I try to foster a community that we can sort of learn and come together. And hadn't been any viral fights yet, Daniel. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Brett with Anvil Music and Media. If you're watching for the first time, thank you so much for joining. I'm excited about this community. I'm excited about having you guys here in the chat. We are hanging out today in our normal spot. This is the studio. This is where I am. This is where I do most of my lives. And so, many of you who have been on the live before have probably seen a little glimpse of my studio. Every now and then, I'll have somebody to ask me what piece of equipment that I have in the back. So, let me go ahead and wake my computer up because I got to get my day started. But yeah, we are uh, we are excited to be here today. So now, if you don't already know, I pretty much get a lot of my research, especially with Apple products, more specifically from a website site called 9to5Macs, and this website kind of gives probably daily updates of the happenings in the Apple world. Gives us updates on operating systems, updates on what's going to be coming down the pipe in terms of like apps, new features, software, OS, all of the things, right? And so more specifically, Apple is releasing. They're going to be releasing their new Mac OS and Tahoe. Tahoe is going to be 26, OS 26 Tahoe. This is going to be the last, sort of the last version or the last operating systems that the Intel Macs will be a part of, and you'll be able to upgrade into if you have an Intel Mac. I have an Intel Macs here. For those of you that don't know what an Intel Mac is, an Intel Mac basically has all the computer parts in the Mac are PC based. Yeah, I know that's maybe a shocker to some of you, but yes, PC does have parts in some of the older Macs. Mac or Apple recently switched over to their own sort of their own computer parts. So I don't know if they're 100% Mac. Probably not. Of course, they still got their GPU parts that I believe are chips from other companies. But however, the M chip series has been a uh, relatively new relatively new software or new hardware for Apple products. So, um, just a word to wise: if you have an Intel Mac, you might want to consider upgrading to uh, the M chip Mac. So anyway, Mac OS Tahoe is probably going to be one of the biggest visual shifts that we'll see in Mac for a long that we've seen for a long time. Visually, they're going to shift a lot of what we're normally accustomed to with the iPhone on our screens, with our computers. It's going to be shipped, and it's not just about Tahoe. OS release is not just about the looks, right? It's about the functionality that's behind this facelift. If you would, we would call it a facelift, maybe, right? So Apple's clearly they're trying to strike the balance between the look and the functions. I think they're on a slow pace with AI, and we talked a little bit about some possible acquisition, Apple acquisition of Perplexity, and with Perplexity being a very solid AI company that Apple may be looking to either partner with or acquire. And with that, they are starting to integrate. They, as in Apple, are starting to integrate um, how this how this is going to interact. And I feel like this is all a collision course. Apple, of course, has not done the greatest with AI and AI technology. Um, they've been behind, right? Siri has been the face, literally the face. Well, not literally the face, but figuratively speaking, the face of the company. Um, many people use Siri every day. I use Siri zero percentages of the time, but you know, either way, Apple is looking to up their ante. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see. Daniel says, my friend did get back to you, and he's co-hosting a podcast. Okay, cool. I'll link you both by email. That'll be nice. Yeah, give me your friend's name so we can. But appreciate the connect with that. Nabbit World's here. Hey, Nabbit World, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining the show. Yeah, thank you for joining the show. Just popping by, a little busy at the moment, but glad to see you. Yeah, it's good to be here. It's good to be seen. Thank you again. Appreciate your support. Daniel says the MC series is powerful. I say this as a non-Apple fanboy. Yeah, yeah, it is powerful. And I go back and forth with even the channel, and I started out with Apple as an Apple channel, and people have called me a fanboy for years. I've gotten called every name, right? I love Apple, and yes, I do. It's a great product. I just happen to use it, right? It's not so great that I don't look at other products. I've had people we've talked about Androids up here. We talked about Samsung phones. We've talked about a bunch of different things, but I think it's going to be less about the company, and it's going to be more about the technology. Companies are sort of fading away, even in this new era of technology. You still have the big companies out there, but um, it's even shifting globally to the brands are shifting more or less to people than companies. People buy because they trust, right? For example, if you were to go online to find a dentist or a doctor, Daniel, like a dentist, right? You're going to look for somebody who seems reputable, who has reviews, who looks to be trustworthy. They have to have a snapshot or a picture of themselves online because it's like we're not we're we are humans. So, but this change is it's evident, and it's going to continue happening as far as how we interact with each other online. But anyway, I want to get back to Apple Tahoe. Let's see who else is in the comments. We got a few people here. Daniel says many are quick to forget Apple purchase Siri. Yes, Perplexity is a great acquisition choice. Yeah, and I good point there. Apple did purchase Siri, and even though it's been years, they purchased them. They purchased Siri and kind of put her on a shelf, right? Other than voice activation, it was not really much to Siri. Siri was supposed to be really what AI is today. Like, Apple was so ahead of its time, even 10 years ago. So we'll see what happens with that. Botero is here. Botero, thank you for joining the chat. I believe maybe your first time, but I appreciate you. Greetings from Sweden. Thank you, Sweden, for joining the chat. Sweden is here today. Sending love out to you guys. Thank you for leaving a comment. Those who are here, yeah, please let me know as you're watching. Let me know where you are watching this live from specifically. You can leave it in the chat. Give me a comment. Come by and say hi. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk. Arshnu is here. Arshnu, how are you today? Arshnu, it's good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Um, yeah, hope you guys are having a good week so far. Yeah, it's good to see everybody. We got the familiars. Um, we have the crew is here. Arshnu is here. Daniel said Harry didn't age well as it could have. Yeah, it did not age well. And I don't know what Apple is sort of doing, but yeah, we'll see. And Kuna is back. Yes, Akuna, how are you doing? So good to see you. Thank you for joining the chat. Thank you all guys for leaving comments, man. That lets me know that you're in tune with what we're talking about. Um, this is a Tuesday, so we've started out strong. Things are well. I hope everybody had a good weekend. As I see my normal people in the chat, man, it's exciting to see each and every one of you. Glad you're doing good, Akuna. Um, Excited to have you today. Appreciate you all for joining. You guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, like this video if you get a chance. You guys have already shown love with the comments, but feel free to like the video when you get a chance, and we're gonna move right into it. So my macOS Tahoe. So I think Apple, even though Apple has sort of failed in the AI space, and they have. I mean, it's obvious to me. They were busy working on um, augmented reality and virtual reality. In the meanwhile, here's AI saying, "Okay, feed me," right? Um, and they have not been as present as they have needed to be in the AI space. So many of you know the Vision Pro that was released probably about 2 or 3 years ago. The Apple Vision Pro. This is augmented reality glasses and goggles. It's a combination of augmented reality and virtual reality. These glasses didn't really pan out. I think they were probably like $3,000. Apple was arrogant enough to release this, knowing what was happening, knowing the shift. And sometimes I get confused about these big and huge companies. You would think that Apple, being such a big company, it has so much money and revenue, right? That it generates. I mean, you're talking about billions and billions of dollars yearly of revenue that it generates, but yet and still, it can't seem to throw this money at um, an AI project, and that remains to be seen, right? Because if Apple does end up purchasing Perplexity, I think it'll be a big win for Apple. We will see. But you can imagine like these companies. I mean, even Meta, Mark Zuckerberg over at Meta is sort of has this. He's throwing out salaries, like he's trying to pull different talents from other companies, like in the terms of like $100 million salary for you. So if you're a computer developer or software engineer, or if you're into computer language, maybe you might want to go over to Meta's website and apply for that $100 million job that Mark Zuckerberg has for you, because he's like, I'm going to hoard all of the talent, all of the new talent that's here, or that is in the space in the software world, and we're gonna revamp what I'm even doing, because even Meta has a horrible their open source software is horrible. It's bad. It's bad. Um, let's see. Arshnu says some Apple leaks say the iPhone 7 is going to have voice recognition unlock, basically recognize your voice to unlock your phone. So Siri might be found useful. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Voice activation. I think yeah, we're sort of starting to turn the corner a little bit with some of the new proposed um, updates, the updates that are coming to Tahoe, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more too. Um, you know, um, this new release is going to be sort of a whole new world for iPhone users, and yeah, we're excited about it. Let's see. Kuna says I have a Samsung 9. Okay, cool, cool. Awesome. Let's see who else. Daniel was saying Vision Pro sold at uh, X7, seven times the price of the market leading VR set. Yeah, I mean, seven times the price. So you're talking about literally, and it's probably almost 10 times, to be honest with you, Daniel. Like you're talking. Well, no, I say if it's 2,600, and the next headset down is like $500 to $600 at the most. I'm actually looking at the I believe the Ray-Ban glasses for Meta. I'm looking at those because they have a built-in recording functionality. So, like for example, if I were to go live and be showing you guys certain things, I could show you my view of the world. So I really like those glasses. Like I think they're about maybe $350, and it's like, yeah, that's where the price of the technology should be. It shouldn't be at $2,600, thousands of dollars to use or to own this product, right? I even talked about last video. I talked about, yeah, we're moving. Even technology is moving towards subscriptions, like the rest of the world. Netflix subscriptions. Um, we have Hulu subscription. Everything's moving to subscriptions, and we've got to kind of watch out and see what happens with that, because it's possible that we may be renting hardware for life. But who knows? Who knows? All right, see ya, Anaconda and Kuda. All right, good seeing you. Botero says, "Are we bullish on iPhone 17 though? Got the iPhone 16 Pro, so might not make the leap unless AI capabilities are stellar." Yeah, Botero, yeah, just stay with the iPhone 16. You're totally fine with that. Apple has tend to Apple tends to, when they release new iOS software, they tend to bring along the AI or whatever updates with whatever phone. I don't think they would exclusively only allow those who own iPhone 17s to use AI, the new AI, especially if it's the acquisition of Perplexity. I don't think but they've got a long road because even with an acquisition like that, you have to sort of figure out how to integrate that with the software you're already using. So I would say, yeah, you hold tight, you're fine. If you have an iPhone 14, 15, 16, if you want to buy the 17, you're going to be fine. If Apple, and that's a big if, because we've yet to see anything. It's kind of weird because it's not, you don't even see anything in the news, right? You would hope that you would see like rumors or I know I follow a writer for the Bloomberg um, website, Mark Gurman, who gives like a lot of information on rumors of Apple updates. There's been nothing. It's been radio silent. So you know, it's crazy. But one of the things that Apple is looking at, you're gonna see on your upgrades, it's called glass. So liquid glass is basically that. It's like liquid behind the glass. It looks like a water fill, based on how you interact with your screen. Your screen's gonna kind of sort of be washed around, and it's gonna be different. And it's called that's the new design language. It's called liquid glass. So go look it up, check it out for all of you iPhone users. Sorry, Samsung people, and this is sort of an Apple rumors and updates in this video. But liquid glass is sleek, it's fluid, and somehow, you know, uh, it will probably take some getting used to, but I think aesthetically for the eyes, Apple has been amazing at how they release software and what they do. So the apps even look cleaner, and it's more focused on your content. For example, Liquid Glass allows your home screen, depending on if you're getting text messages, if you're getting updates, your home screen is adjusted according to the font and according to how much is on the screen. So, normally your home screen shows the time, shows the date. Um, that time and date is really big on the home screen until you get a message. If you get a message, it will auto adjust its length and width on your screen. So there's more of a focus on the content, and I'm sure later on you'll be able to customize what you want to see and how focused you want certain content to be on your screen. So it's a level of personalization, right? That's what it's about. That's what people have talked about. That's what people have complained about for Apple having a lack of customization. I'm just curious, Daniel, like what phone do you have? I don't think you've ever told me which phone. I don't think you have an iPhone, but I would suppose you probably don't have an iPhone because you are high on customization. You're high on personalization. But yeah, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let's see some more comments we got here. I'm going to Daniel says don't get the Ray Bans. Okay, get the X Real. Okay, all right, all right. Don't get the Ray Bans. All right, I got you. Got you. He's out here warning me in the chat. Sona, how are you today, Sona? Thank you for joining the chat. Appreciate you for joining. I um am happy to have you. Thank you for leaving a comment, man. Sona says I have the iPhone 15 Plus. Same here. It's a good phone, isn't it? I absolutely love my iPhone 15. Even though I'm gonna have to now figure out uh, ways to make space for all of these files and videos and pictures that I have accumulated. The space in my iPhone seems to disappear. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why, because I don't believe it's me. I don't think I can use up to 128, 256 gigs of space on an iPhone It's absolutely ridiculous, Apple. Get it together. But you know, whatever. We I have videos on external hard space and hard drive space and the iCloud and how Apple is, they're in the business of selling you space rather than giving it to you with your phone. Anyway, that's another time, another story for another time. Thank you for tuning in, Sona. Salam, brother. Let's see, Ali Eve 999. Thank you so much for joining the chat. Appreciate you, Ali. Did I say that? Ali Eve 999. Thank you. Appreciate it. Um, yes. Botero says future streams of getting small sparkle signs. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know if that is still. Yeah. If you're still getting some. I'm not sure. My Hollyland Lark should be working. I don't know if you guys getting those little sounds, little artifacts in the video. Yeah, just let me know. And I don't know if that's on the playback or if that is in the live. So thanks for that, Botero. Appreciate it. Another space note says I have. Oh, you have a Motorola. Wow, they still make Motorola phones. I didn't realize that. Did not realize that they make Motorola phones. That's it's quite interesting. Okay, okay. Um, well, yeah. Thanks for that. So as we continue on, I'm going to give you some more information, some more updates on let's see on Mac OS Tahoe 26. So those of you that may have the iPhone, and if you've been bouncing between your iPhone, your iPad, and the Mac, um, you'll begin to notice Apple is being even more intentional about making transitions between your different your different like your computer and your iPad. Those transitions, they're being intentional about making things more cohesive and giving it a more cohesive feel. Apple's sort of been good about that with the ecosystem, right? Being one computer being able to talk to the other. Um, Apple is syncing up your whole experience visually. So I'm sure you'll be able to have your iPhone on the side, your computer right here, and you'll be able to interact with both of them simultaneously. It's not really a new it's not really it's not the wave of technology right now. It's sort of a little bit older, but we'll see how they sort of tap into that. Uh yeah, Space Nut says it sounds like the audio isn't encoded right. It might be what is causing the crackling. Yeah, it's a YouTube ingest issue. Interesting. I don't know, and I've heard it on some of my videos, guys. So just know I'm working towards maybe trying to figure that out. Maybe I won't use the won't use the Hollywood or the Hollyland Lark. I use that Lark system, and it doesn't. So the weird thing is it doesn't happen on my camera or when I record videos. So I'm not sure. Apologies for that. But we should be able to get through the live. But yeah, thanks for that, Botero. I appreciate you giving me that piece of information. All right, let's get into some of the things that we're gonna see with iOS 26. So now your core apps like Safari, like your camera, FaceTime, they've all been refreshed. You're going to see a new look with these apps, and not really in a flashy way, but in a way that makes your workflow more smooth and seamless. Um, there's a nice little bonus to what you're going to see also. Um, Mac finally gets live activities. Now your menu bar can basically show you real time info, um, like your iPhone does. So if you tap it, you know, it'll open up your iPhone mirroring. So it's some mirroring capabilities with the new software between your Mac and your iPhone. Um, yeah, just some of these things, and we'll see what happens. I'm sort of interested to see how this is going to be, and so uh, kind of excited about this. kind of excited about it. So we've got some other news. We've got some other news here in the chat. So the like I said, guys, the website that I use is 9 to 5 Mac. It's a very good website for all updates. This has been an Apple channel for a while, but of course I ventured out. I told you guys it's really nice thing to be able to transition as a creator. So thank you guys for allowing me to sort of transition into other veins. And I mean, gosh, when I started the channel, I had like grandmas, I had like aunts, and I had like different people that were like, "Oh, I'm trying to buy," and I really started the channel like really pushing um, used products, just because Apple can be so expensive, right? Apple can be so very expensive, and so that was all that I could afford at the time, right? So that's what I was pushing, right? I've literally bought probably 90% of my products off of eBay, which some people are like, eBay, that's old. Like, you don't use Amazon? I mean, I do use Amazon, but sometimes you can find deals on eBay that you wouldn't be able to find any other website on computer products, because there's so much, there's like an influx or overflow of those products online. People aren't really loyal to to computer hardware and computers in general. Like they'll purchase one, they'll purchase a Mac computer, and then at the end of the year, when the newer Mac comes out, they're looking to buy that, right? So, um, speaking of computers and phones, yes, the iPhone 17 Pro. We were talking about that earlier. Um, there's going to be the iPhone 17 Pro Max versus the Pro, and so the iPhone 17 lineup is it will be sort of unveiled in September, just just over 2 months from now. And one question many shoppers say uh, in their minds, it involves the Pro models, like what variants are going to be released, right? So here's how Apple plans to differentiate the iPhone Pro 7 or the iPhone 17 Pro Max versus the iPhone 17 Pro this year. um, the Pro Max, at times it gets the new camera capability a year or more ahead of it, the smaller sibling. So for example, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So I have the iPhone 15 Pro, but it offered a 5x telezoom, but the smaller Pro model only has 3x until Apple upgraded it. So so far there haven't been any rumors about the iPhone 17 Pro Max getting an exclusive camera feature or an overhaul, but that's probably going to happen soon. We'll probably see something soon. There's even an even bigger change that is going to give the Pro Max a strong lead in one key area, and that's going to be battery life. We talk about battery life all the time with phones. Is the battery life going to be what it is? Well, guess what? With each new phone, you always get new battery life because the battery life is new with the phone. It's probably not going to be that dramatic of a change, but just know the Apple generally speaking, the Apple's Pro Max model will always have better battery life than the Pro sibling. Um, but yeah. So in another unique move, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is reportedly getting uh, thicker for the purpose of fitting more battery. And I talked about that. I mean, I talked about it in the video before. Like it is sort of getting thicker with the battery, just to be able to allow for more space. I do have a video some months ago on the iPhone 17 that's coming out. So yeah, for example, the iPhone 16 Pro currently has up to, and so these are some benchmark for Apple. The iPhone 16 has up to 33 hours of video playback, the up to 29 hours of video of streamed video playback, up to 105 hours of audio playback. The 16 Pro versus the 16 Max has 27 hours of video playback, 22 hours of streamed video playback, and 85 hours of audio playback. So You expect the iPhone 17 Pro Max to boost a higher battery life estimates than any iPhone previously. So meanwhile, the iPhone 17 Pro should offer about the same runtime as last year. So these are all the hours of the benchmark hours for the Pro Max and the Pro. So um, let's see here. Daniel says, sounds like the audio. Let's see. Miss Space Nut is holding out for the next generation iPhone, and she's still on the iPhone Pro. Yeah, tell her to keep holding out. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing like major. I talk about phones because people like ask questions about them, and they are a part of our everyday lives. But it's the iPhone, the 14 is just fine. Daniel says, I like big phones personally. I had a phone by the Caterpillar company before the Moto. That was a beast, but felt nice in my hand. Nice. What Motorola phone do you have? What sort of because that is different. I didn't I know Motorola was huge back in the day, but there's got to be a reason. I know there's a reason why you have what you have, Daniel. So yeah, let me know that in the chat. Um, So back to the AI news. So Apple is weighing out using Anthropic or OpenAI to power Siri. Could you imagine that? They're thinking about that. Um, yeah, what are you saying here? Google, Motorola, Brett, look at specs and price for any of the devices. Okay, okay, nice, nice. So, um, in AI news, back to AI news with Apple. Apple weighs on using Anthropic, right, to or OpenAI to power Siri in a major reversal. So, Apple's weighing on using artificial intelligence technology from Anthropic or OpenAI to power the new version of Siri. Sounds desperate to me. Apple has had discussions with both companies to use their large language models for Siri to be able to their models to train their versions of their LLMs that could run Apple's cloud infrastructure for testing. Um, Apple's investigation into a third-party models is at an early stage, and the company has not made the final decision using them. So there's some movement. There's some rumblings here, some rumors. So we'll see at the Worldwide Developers Conference. We know Apple has this twice or three times a year. Apple's focused more on incremental developments than that improve everyday life. Yeah, they've been really serious about that. So Apple's software chief Craig Federal High, I guess that's his name, had said it is opening up the foundational AI model that the iPhone maker uses for some of its own features, right? For third party developers. So, you know, still all rumors, guys, still all rumors. Um, Anthropic is, I don't have the Anthropic app, but um, if Apple does do that, we'll see what happens. It's amazing to me how these tech giants are playing musical chairs with these foundational models, right? It's like, and why does this matter? You know, there's a lot of deal making to go around with AI. And guys, for those of you who are joining the channel, my name is Brett with Anvil Music and Media. I just want to take this station break to introduce you to who I am. This channel focuses on tech news, the future of artificial intelligence, open AI models. We talk about it all. The rest is just details. So I wanted to thank you guys for joining. But Siri is it's a barbaric software. It's not doesn't have the greatest response time, but the big picture about what's happening here is every big player in the tech industry is working on their own foundational models. Um, Even the biggest and most ambitious large language models that fuel the open source entities such as ChatGPT and all the other services are at the heart, literally, of the heart of generative the generative AI revolution. So yeah, you can call this a revolution, I guess. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Google is one of the only Google's one of the only giants that has built a top tier model. I don't know. I don't know. That's what the article's saying. I don't know if I don't know if I agree with that. Gemini's. I don't know. These all of these models sort of are basically the same if you have the free open or if you use the open source model. So let's see. Um, Daniel says the 2023 Moto has a camera just as powerful as the 2023 iPhone for one fifth the price. Smart guy, smart guy. I need to I need to look into the Moto. I never would have thought about that, but yeah. And Daniel, I know you can agree with me. Um, there are products out here that people are generally consumer zombies, right? When you go to purchase an iPhone or anything electronic, it's all about the biggest company and what that company has to offer. Um, and most people are willing to pay because they aren't willing to do the research, right? If you're gonna either pay in time or you're gonna pay in money, right? If you're a consumer, I'd rather pay in time with research, and that's what I've done with the products that I have, the computers that I have, the equipment. You got to have information. You got to be able to research if you don't have the money, because there are other alternatives, other options that you can choose if you're looking to purchase a computer. Like it's not, you don't have to settle necessarily for Apple. I'm not by any means, I love Apple as a company, and but I'm not like endorsing them to the point to where I feel like they're the only company that you can use. Like I use Apple, but I use used Apple products, right? I don't. I'm not here to spend money on just all of my money on just software or hardware just because it's new. Daniel, I think that's what you're talking about. So agree with you that there. Um, Brand loyalty, I like that. Brand loyalty does cost more, and you're going to pay for it, right? Because you're going to keep coming back to the table because it's always something bigger, always something better, always something more new. But the moment you get it, now it becomes old. Um, just buy something that will help you. For example, my story is I am a music producer. I do editing, I edit videos, I do a little bit of software stuff, but the computers I use, I've had for years. I've had them for years because I purchased the top of the line. Because that's the thing. Here's the secret: the top of the line computers even get older, and they decline in price. It's not just the everyday ones that people use or people normally. Most people, probably 80% of those who purchase Apple products, especially computers, they're not getting they're not getting the computer with the highest variant of specs and the computer that has the most power, right? They're getting the entry level computers, but the computers that have the highest power, the most RAM, the most space, that are like sort of like these computers that are supercomputers, they get old as well, right? Eventually, the prices decline on them as well. Now, pound for pound, if an Apple computer, for example, is new at $5,000, in a year, it's going to decrease. It's going to decrease in price because there's something new that's come out of. But it does not mean that it's decreased in value, right? Because I'd much rather pay up front for something that's going to last me than to just be paying every year and trying to chase the latest greatest in tech, right? So yeah, brand loyalty does cost more. Thank you for that. Core Mind is in the chat. Core Mind, how are you doing? Saying hello to you. Thank you, Core Mind. I appreciate you for leaving a comment. Appreciate that. Um, let's see. Akuna says, I have a girlfriend and have 6 years, maybe 6 years older. I'm not seeing what you're saying. Yeah, retype that, Akuna. I'm not really getting that. Daniel says the Colossus supercomputer sold for 50K last year. What? It's, is this one computer? What is the Colossus supercomputer? It sold for $50,000 last year. Man, yeah, and even that colossal computer will be old. But I have never. Yeah, explain to me, Daniel. What is this computer? Man, that's crazy. Yeah. So so yeah, that's what we are here for. We're here to give information. We're here to provide you a source. This channel is a source for you guys. You guys can come in and ask questions. You have comments. If you are interested in the technology, that's what we're here to assist you with. Um, oh, you said I was wrong to clarify. Akuna says I have a 7-year-old. Oh, okay. You have a 7-year-old. The Cheyenne supercomputer sold for $500,000. What's the information on this? Man, $500,000. And what does this thing do? Does it clean up your house? Does it, Let's see what we got here. So apparently this was an auction, I guess, in early 2024. Um, oh, okay, I got you. It had been retired from the National Center of Atmospheric Research in Wyoming. The final bid was around $480,000, roughly half a million. Wow. Okay, here we go. Hardware and specs of this computer. I'm gonna put them out. So a 5.34 petaflop powerhouse. It's built in 2026. It ranked 20th on the top 500 list. I guess the top 500 list of computers. Um, Originally, the Cheyenne cost tens of millions of dollars. Its predecessor, the Yellowstone, was 25 to 35 million range. Wow. So the CPU and the RAM value alone may exceed the purchase price, estimated at $700,000. Um, so apparently with this computer that you're talking about, Daniel, they had to like consider like the moving cost and like reuse considerations. So the buyer was responsible for hiring professional movers and handling all the logistics, like the rack tons and the cable wasn't included. But the Cheyenne was a major asset to the atmospheric and Earth system research during its operation from January 2017 to 2023. It supported over 7 billion core hours for 4,500 users. Yeah, supercomputer. Yeah, so it was sold. Yeah, sold for 480 at an auction. Wow. It cost more. It cost a couple $1 million to construct, but that's interesting. Wow. Um, you mentioned things aging and getting cheaper. Yes. Yeah. I mean that's a almost $1 million um discount, right? $1 million to $1.5 million discount if it was originally like a couple $1 million and they sold it for $450,000. I don't know. Yeah, so yes, Dennis. Yes, Dennis. I do remember. I like your tag. I like your handle. That's why I keep calling you Ancuna. So let me know where did you get that handle from in Ancuna? Let me know in the chat. But yeah, thank you, Dennis, for joining. I just don't remember. I just couldn't make out what you were saying before. So you said you have a 7-year-old. You were talking about something you had a girlfriend. I'm not sure, but yes, love from Romania. Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Dennis. I appreciate it. Again, uh, my apologies if I got your name incorrect, but yeah. So all of these things, guys. All of these are major happenings in the world of computer technology and computer science. I would recommend highly that you continue to research out these things. Um, this is a this society is growing so fast, so fast. So it was estimated to be between 25. Oh, so it's 25 to 35 million. Yeah, that's more than a couple. And somebody only purchased it for 450,000. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Guys, if you get a chance, please like and subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. You guys are great co-hosts. It's always a joy to see and to talk to you all and to know many of you on a first name basis, right? Um, this channel is for you guys. It's really for you guys to for us to discuss, comment, just like we are talking about Cheyenne. That's crazy. For a computer to cost 25 to 35 million dollars, and not just it costs probably for the people that repair it and work on it. Probably cost that much more. Imagine the render speed. Yeah, the render speed is probably crazy. Probably super crazy. So, but yeah. Uh, Guys, I want to tell you to join me every Tuesday and Friday. Today's Tuesday, of course, so we're here. Obviously, sometimes I pop up on Wednesdays. Sometimes I'm here on Wednesdays, but every Tuesdays and Friday, all Tuesdays and Fridays, I'm here live to talk to you to discuss what is in the news as far as computer technology. My name is back. Hey, what's going on? My name is how are you today? Thank you for joining the chat. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen you in here. So thank you for joining for joining us. I appreciate you for reaching out and commenting in the chat. Dennis says I have 199 M. What is that? I have 190. You got 199 million. My name is says I was studying. Yeah, okay. Well, hope your exams or tests, all of that things, hope that went well for you. I appreciate you must have remembered that we were here, and I'm glad for that. To the rest of you guys, thank you so much. It's good to know everybody on the chat. It's good to know those who are here, those who are have joined, those who to continue to join the chat. We're grateful for that. Really excited about the summer months. Hopefully, you guys, everybody's getting some good weather out there. It's sort of hot where I am on the East Coast of the United States, but currently it's cool where I am here in the studio. But yeah, I've got many more things. I'm going to be releasing a series of videos on studio tips, um, what equipment to purchase, what equipment to buy, and so we're sort of excited about that. I've got a couple of videos in the queue. I've just got to get some B-roll. Daniel, I used your advice on how to better B-roll my videos. As a result of that, I think I released the AirPods 4 video, and it actually it took off a little bit. So thank you for that reminder of retention. Retention is everything in this YouTube space. Sometimes we just have to be reminded. I mean, I know all of this stuff. I literally did research. Guys, I did so much research before I came online, even to talk to you guys. There was a lot of research that I had to do to make sure that I'm showing up in the space and showing up, being educated enough to not just be rambling or talking, or all of the pre-recorded videos that I use or that I release, to make sure that they actually add value. And I'm just not talking because people's attention spans is very short. So I appreciate you guys for locking in this. My lives generally last about an hour to an hour and a half. I think the most I've done in a live has been 3 hours. Couldn't go any longer just because my battery was going to pass out and die. So thank you all for those who have decided to join and who are on the channel. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Please, 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 please. Please, please subscribe if you get a chance. Um, Daniel said no problem. I did watch the AirPods video. Yeah, yeah. Um, Daniel, yeah. I'm looking to I'm looking to up the retention rates for my videos. And so yeah, this is and I appreciate your support, obviously. And I told you to let me know, man. What you got so much knowledge there. Let me know even what you'd like to discuss. I know we've talked online. I'm looking forward to hearing from your podcast friend, guy who does a podcast, and maybe we'll set some up and see what happens. Um, I love to make interactions and connections with my followers, those who follow me online, those who have subscribed to the channel, those who are new to the channel. You just never know who you may see or run into. So I appreciate that very much. You guys have been so gracious today. I'm gonna jump off a little bit early, but I'll see you guys even maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. I tried to come on Monday, but I was just like I was zonked from the weekend and I needed to rest. Believe it or not, I really needed to rest my voice because I talk quite a bit, not just on this platform but other platforms. I'll explain what that means later. But hope you guys have the good rest of the day. And yeah, I'm gonna look forward to chatting with you. My name is Oz. Says the day after tomorrow is my birthday. Okay, well let's come on and celebrate your birthday, man. Come on today after tomorrow, which is what that will be Thursday. Thursday, will I be up here? We might try to be up here if this is gonna be your birthday. But you guys take care, and I'll see you in a couple days.